day, my name is Angelo. This is Nation's Voice Tower, your most preferred YouTube channel. How have we been? As for we over here, we're doing just alright, and then we are, of course, here to do what we normally do. Now, first of all, I would like to draw your attentions to something very, very important. Now, if you've been so consistent with what's trending according to what has been happening in Chicago, far away Illinois, Chicago, you will know that there has been a new, there has been a sort of a new challenge. Yes, I wouldn't call it a new challenge. There has been a development, yes, in the issue concerning the legible attendance of Bola Tinibu as a student in Chicago State University, and his authenticity, or his, let's say, legitimacy, or his certificate legitimacy. Let me put it that way. All right. Now, sources from Chicago are telling me that there is a former schoolmate, not classmate, schoolmate of Bola Tinibu that has made a very new revelation, okay? And that is the more reason why I want to share this update, so you would understand what is trending right now on the Bola Tinibu and Chicago State University saga. Now, the caption of this particular file by this former schoolmate of Bola Tinibu says, Nigerian President's Chicago State University diploma is a fake. Let me say it so that you would understand what I'm saying. Is a fake. That was what this former schoolmate of Asiwaju wrote. By name, J. Coydin Palmer. That's what he's called, all right? He's an activist and, of course, invariably a former student of Chicago State University. He was also a student journalist in Chicago State University. So you will know by so saying that he has a grip on information, and he has had a grip on information right from way back. All right. Now, I have this file before me, and I would avail it quickly. Let's share this file together. After consultation with my sources, I decided to, step up on this. And of course, I think by now, or within the next 24 hours, this file should be viral, okay, all over social media platforms. All right. Now, from this file, it says the diploma from Nigerian President Bola Ahmed Tinibu is what has turned over to election officials in Nigeria and is now the subject of judicial proceedings here in the United States. That was the first caption of the write-up of Coydin Palmer in this secret file. All right. Now, listen, there is a way to this, okay? Furthermore, Tinibu's opponent, Atiku Abubakar, has filed a suit in the US seeking clarification on its authenticity and is attempting to have the results of the election that was held in February overturned. This is the first preamble. I got to admit, this one story shows the level of corruption in Nigeria, and it makes you cry and laugh at the same time. The president of Nigeria, Bola Tinibu, produced a fake diploma from Chicago State University to an election board in Nigeria that claims he graduated from the Southside Institution in 1979. Now, I would actually explain this a bit. Okay, let me go further and read so that you will understand how everything is going. All right. Chicago, according to the source, Chicago State University officials have confirmed in court that Tinibu did indeed graduate. Of course, did indeed graduate from the university, but cannot confirm the authenticity of the diploma that has now been submitted into evidence in a federal court. U.S. District Judge Nancy Maldonado on Thursday issued a stay on an order that would have required Chicago State University officials to provide documents from the university confirming or denying President Tinibu's claims. The matter has thrusted Chicago State University into an international political war, in which political opponents of Tinibu and many Nigerian citizens are calling for his removal from office. He was just elected to lead the country back in February. This file is so strong, so you have to pay attention, because this Coydin Palmer man took his time to write, this. Okay, so you'll have to listen to this. Let me make this easy for you. The diploma itself is a fake. On the alleged diploma, the date of graduation is listed as June 27th, 1979. The signature of the Chicago State University president shows Elnora D. Daniel. I almost spit out of my coffee. I laughed so hard when I saw this Dr. Daniel Elnora. Dr. Daniel didn't become the president of Chicago State University until 1998. How do I know? Because I covered her inauguration and her first 2 years at Chicago State University when I was a student reporter for the now defunct school newspaper, Tempo. Now, let me stop here a bit before I go further. This J. Coydin Palmer was a journalist with Chicago State University and was also a student. Chicago State University had a formal daily or a formal newspaper called Tempo. Okay, so as a columnist with Tempo or as a journalist with Tempo, he had information at his beck and call. All right, that explains why he has such deep grip on this Chicago State University certificate and Bola Tinibu saga. So pay attention. More shocks will go down your spine. According to J. Coydin Palmer, in his file, he said, additionally, on the fake diploma, Dr. Niva Lubin is listed as the president of the board of trustees. Dr. Lubin did not even start serving on the board until 1996. I have known Dr. Lubin since my days as a student at Chicago State University, and she is a lifelong resident of Chatham, where I grew up. Now, the picture on your screen, as you can see, belongs to one Dr. Benjamin H. Alexander. Dr. Benjamin H. Alexander was an activist and an educator, and he was the person who served as the president of Chicago State University from 1975 to 1982, and he was the person that's supposed to sign. He was allegedly supposed to sign the certificates of Bola Ahmed Tinibu because he was a graduate of 1979. Do you understand me? So this should serve as what Nigerians back at home call the vice chancellor of a university. All right, yes. Over there in Chicago, it is the president of Chicago State University. And this Benjamin Alexander was that president from 1975 to 1982. So invariably, between these years in office, he should have signed Bola Tinubu certificate. But how come the president who signed the certificate was now Dr. Elnora Daniel, who was Chicago State University president in 1996 after you graduated in 1979? There are discrepancies, all right? Of course, we've established this and we'll continue to establish this. According to our file. Furthermore, in 1979, Dr. Daniel was working as a teaching assistant at Columbia University, according to her biography and the resume she submitted when she applied to become the president of Chicago State University in 1998. Now 81, retired and living on the East Coast, I would love to know her reaction to the news that President Bola Tinubu of Nigeria, who is 71, himself claims she signed his diploma. The president of Chicago State University in 1979 was actually Dr. Benjamin H. Alexander, who died in 1997 and was the first African American to serve in the role at Chicago State University. This is quite funny. Yes, this is quite funny. This is very, very funny. All right. Now, according to Coydin Palmer, Dr. Elnora Daniel is 81 years now. And Bola Tinubu is 71. That means there is a 10-year gap, right? Okay. Now, if you would have a flashback on 1979, that means invariably, that means somehow, she must have been 10 years older than her student to sign that certificate in 1979, which is wrong. All right, yes, it's wrong because obviously, she's actually younger. She's actually like 10 years older than Tinibu. That means at that time she was not even at the level of a president of a university or a vice chancellor. She was just a tutor. All right, so she became president, or she became eligible for presidency of, or for the position of, or the candidacy of vice chancellor of a university or president of a university in 1998, 1996, 1998. Okay, that means plus or minus 20 years later. All right. So how does this match? Okay, because 20 years later was when she was qualified. Of course, she must have garnered all the educational, je ne sais quoi, or all the educational wherewithal for her to attain the level of a president of a university. Okay, so Bola Tinubu should find a more, or let's say a more convincing lie to the courts in Chicago, or better still, to Nigerians. Yes, to Nigerians. All right. Now, according to the source, I'm not done yet. I'm not done. All right. I'm not done. So, according to this source, in 1979, Dr. Lubin, now married and going by the same name, Lubin Johnson. Well, she wasn't even a doctor in 1979. All right. That is for you to know. She didn't become a physician until 1984. So how two signatures of people who were not working at Chicago State University came to be on a document that President of Nigeria is trying to sell as legit isn't really a mystery? Isn't that a mystery? According to Coydin Palmer. It's a lie. It is a deceit. It is part of what is running many African nations and the world as a whole, corruption. All right. Other inaccuracies on the fake diploma that can easily be spotted by anyone who ever attended CSU. The CSU logo is all wrong for that time period. Again, I know this because the logo on the fake diploma is the one that was controversial when it was changed in 1999. Myself and my fellow student journalist at Tempo, now the defunct newspaper of the school, wrote a story about the change in the school symbol because those against it said it was a waste of money. They claimed changing all the school letterhead and signage to the new symbol would remove financial resources from other needs. President Daniel thought that the change would be better marketing for the university. So the change was approved by the board. The university symbol in 1979 was a triangle with two bars. That was the university symbol, not what Bola Tinubu was showing on his certificate, as you can see. All right. The university symbol was a triangle, not what was showing. The bars present, the bars represent the growth of the institution, starting as Chicago Teachers College, then Chicago State College in 1967, and eventually Chicago State University in 1971. I know this because I had to read that stupid handbook like all freshmen, and you learn about the history of the school. These were his words. CSU attorney Michael Harris said the university is prepared to do whatever the court asks of it. He said this international controversy has brought unwanted and unfair publicity to the school. I would debate that claim that, as according to what CSU claimed, does enough stupid stuff that brings bad publicity to itself. However, I must admit, for now at least, it seems that CSU is a victim here of a Nigerian scammer. It wouldn't be the first time an American institution fell victim to scammers in Africa. The end is possibly near, of course, for President Tinibu, at least in terms of his presidency. If justice actually prevails in Nigeria, when Judge Maldonado makes her ruling next week, in which he is expected that CSU will turn over documents that shows his true student records, the courts in Nigeria will have a decision to make. They either remove their leader for violating laws in Nigeria or look the other way. I hope they understand the whole world will be watching too, especially at CSU. Nigerians and everyone else deserve the truth. If Tinibu is willing to fake a diploma certificate, what else is he willing to do? That is the long documentary and file from J. Coydin Palmer, a former schoolmate of Bola Tinibu and also a former member of the former daily or newspaper of the Chicago State University called The Tempo. All right, so this person has a grip on the information, and he should hereby confirm this information very legitimate, authentic, and real. All right, so we're waiting for the court in Illinois, Chicago, to see the ruling of Judge Nancy Maldonado. All right, we wouldn't like to overemphasize much on this. I hope you enjoyed our updates. I would love to, tell you to calm down, because there will be justice served. All right, sometime in October, the 2,500 files, according to the FBI, although the files, according to David Hundeyin, are 7,000 pages. All right, the 7,000 page files will be brought to limelight, and I bet you what, you would not even expect what you would hear from those files. Bola Tinibu has done lots of heinous activities in America, in the US, in Chicago, and these things will come to limelight very, very soon. Before I call it quits, I would love to, ask our viewers to like our videos, share them. Don't forget to like, and then don't forget to also watch till the end. And if you're watching me for the first time, tap the subscribe button as well as the notification bell, so that you will get to have first-hand information anytime I drop a new video. From our table, I'm saying see you next time. Bye.